It's an example of technical proficiency by arguably one of the most influential female artists of the 19th century. This is Landais Peasants Going to Market by Rosa Bonheur. The modestly sized yet detailed watercolor depicts a woman holding her baby, sitting in a wagon led by 2 oxen. A shepherd, most likely her husband, leans over to engage with her. He and another shepherd in the background wear stilts to watch over the herd of sheep that they are guiding through the countryside. This work is probably a reduction or copy of a painting with the same title, as there are also prints made of the original dated 1858, 8 years before this work. It was not unusual for Bonheur and other artists to create additional versions, but there are small differences between them, like this sheep in the back left that is not included in the watercolor version. Watercolor is a difficult medium that requires patience, giving each layer time to dry so that the colors don't bleed. Bonheur's technical mastery is evident in the details of the composition. The soft medium still creates texture, such as the hair of the oxen, the coats of the sheep, and the grass of the heathland. She even creates shadows in the layering of colors, most clearly seen in the shepherd's blue pants in the foreground and underneath the oxen. As the title indicates, they are traveling to the market. The shepherd in the background brings up the rear, making sure none of the sheep stray, while the shepherd in the foreground seems to take a moment to check in with his wife, whose more visible expression is one that appears loving, a soft smile on her face as her head is turned to the man while her body is curved around the child in a maternal manner. We don't actually see the face of the child as it is swaddled, presumably to shade its face from prolonged exposure to the elements. Bonheur also depicts the animals in a gentle yet very detailed manner. This is an idyllic pastoral scene, the sheep naturally grazing while the oxen work to pull the wagon. But there is also intelligence and feeling in the oxen's eyes, which she is skillfully able to capture after years of studying and living with animals, a strong characteristic of her works as an animalier. The fact that the men are wearing stilts indicates that they are shepherds from Landais, located in France's Nouvelle-Aquitaine region. In the 19th century, the marshland was originally covered by ponds and lakes that were later drained. Shepherds in the area have historically used stilts to traverse long distances across the damp terrain. Born Marie Rosalie Bonheur in 1822, she was the eldest child of painter Raymond Bonheur and Sophie Marquis, a musician. Bonheur loved animals and had sketched them since her childhood, running away from school to her father's studio, who was a strong supporter of her work. She began using the signature Rosa Bonheur in 1843 as a tribute to her mother, who used the nickname and whose untimely death 10 years earlier had a profound effect on Bonheur. Bonheur, with her fiery personality, was determined to forge her own path separate from her father and brothers and as a woman in male-dominated spaces, especially the strict academic Paris salon. At the time, most women who had the opportunity to become successful artists either learned from a family member, most often a father, or their spouse. Bonheur gained access to the horse fairs and slaughterhouses that were considered the more masculine areas of Paris in order to further understand animal physiognomy and emotion. Her works gained the respect of the salon, culminating in her masterpiece, The Horse Fair. It drew international attention, including that of Queen Victoria, and its popularity was reinforced by the distribution of prints of the work. The Queen's royal engraver, Henry Thomas Ryle, produced the engraving after Bonheur's Landais Peasants Going to Market. While the main subjects of her works are animals, Bonheur often depicts the relationship between animals and humans. Bonheur traveled around the countryside of France and the Pyrenees, and later Scotland, mostly portraying working animals in rural life settings. Her works emphasize the interactions between animals and people, both the power humans have over animals, as well as their interdependence. While both human and animal are at work, There is an idealized and gentle simplicity in their content rural life.